Hi, crafting friends, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm G, and we're so happy that you're with us tonight. It is Thursday, February 2nd. I believe it's Groundhog Day. Yay! But unfortunately, Punxsutawney, I think he saw his shadow, so we're going to have another 6 weeks of winter. Darn it! I just want to welcome some people that are already on. Tisha and Linda, so happy to have you tonight. Linda's putting a little pressure on me. She's ready to learn something new. Well, I hope that I can live up to that expectation, Linda. Hey, Carol. Excuse me. So happy that you're with us. If you are watching the rebroadcast, thank you so much. Let us know below in a comment where you are checking in from. We always love to hear from all of our crafting friends. And we are excited to be here. We are live. Thank you, sis. My sister Maudie is over in the chat room. She keeps me organized and all together, and she chats with all our crafting friends. Hey, Lisa. Well, how is everyone tonight? Did you make it through Groundhog Day okay? Are you excited about tonight's card? We're going to make a double Z fold. Now, you know, there's lots of double Z folds out there. I mean, I think, and us included, we call everything that kind of looks like the Z a Z fold. But I think you're going to like this template because it is an easy template to follow. And we all like easy cards that really look beautiful, right? Yes, we do. So let me see. I'm trying to think. Should I show you the card? Should I not? Should I save the two for the end? I think I'll show you. Okay. So here is our Z fold. See what it looks like? Yep. That's why they call it a Z fold. And this is a double Z fold because it has this nice little mechanism on the inside. So that's what we're going to make tonight. And we do have two designs. They are Valentine designs, but you know what's so great about this is you don't have to use it for a Valentine card. You can use it for anything. Hey, Darlene, this is your first time to join. Well, welcome. You haven't met us before. I'm G. My sister Maudie is over in the chat room, and she's just going to chat with you tonight. Well, you know what? Let's head down to the crafting table, and let's get started. Let's see here now. Okay. I want to show you the stamp sets that we're going to work with. And as I mentioned, though, don't worry. If you don't have these stamp sets, you don't have to worry about it. You can use any stamp set that you have for this design. So we just appreciate y'all stopping by tonight. We went live on Instagram and Facebook just to remind everybody to head on over. But let me show you, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to get my trimmer out. Here it is. We kind of need our trimmer, right, to do all our score lines. So let's just go ahead and jump right into our first card. Because remember, we're going to make two cards together. Hey, Pat, so happy that you're with us tonight. Oh, my goodness. And let's see what else. Okay, auto type. We had Lisa saying auto type stinks. I can't tell you how many times it has corrected me and I sent it and I thought, oh my goodness, that is not good. So how many of y'all have ever had that happen? The autocorrect does some strange things. The first thing you need to do for your base card now, because this is a double Z, you know, we need to use the whole length of the cardstock. However, when you make this card the way you cut it, you can get two cards out of your cardstock. So no problem there. Hey, Rita, from Illinois. So the first thing you need to do is take out your cardstock, 8.5 by 11, and go ahead and cut it at 4 1/4. And we've already done that. So extend your arm because now we need to make some score lines. Hey, Melissa, thanks for joining us. Now, we are also broadcasting to Facebook, so I don't know. Maudie is over at YouTube, and I don't know if any of y'all are over on Facebook. Might be kind of lonely over there, but I will try to watch and see if I see any comments, and I'll talk to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our score lines on this Z fold card. Double Z fold, by the way. We need to score it at 5.5. And make sure that you move your cutting blade out of the way. I have cut, hey, thanks Lisa, 5.5. So we're going to score at 5.5, and we're going to score at 2 3/4. So let's score that. Now, since Lisa brought up my nails, I want to show you what I'm doing with my nails. Uh-oh, look at this. Let's see. Can you see? I'm putting some sunflowers. I'm learning how to paint my nails. Next time it'll be a lot better, but this is a great start. Okay, so we have our score lines. Now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side, even though we still have to do our inside mechanism. But the way this is folded is you put the larger area right here on your right-hand side, and then you find your score line and you fold to the left, and then you fold back. Now grab your bone folder and go ahead and just give it a good crease. And you know, a good tip is, one of the things that you forget to do is you forget to score it over here. You need to score here too. So let's just get those scored. Now we have those scored. Now let's start creating this beautiful card, right? So you need to pick your DSP or your patterned paper. Sunflowers, love sunflowers. So now what we need to do is we are going to double mat our patterned paper. So the sizes of these, it doesn't really matter, because remember, you can head on over to Creative Moments by G, and on our blog, you'll be able to, after our video here, get all the measurements. So don't worry about that too much. Okay, now, so we have cut our big one because we're going to have it right here, and then we cut our two smaller ones. Now, once again, you can decide not to use a first mat if you don't want to. You don't have to do that, but we really liked how it made it look. So let's bring in our glue and let's start laying this down. So let's just make sure we get enough on the corners to really hold it down. Okay. We're just going to center it so that we have that little tiny border all the way around. And then we're going to add this. Don't you love this DSP? I think it is so pretty. Okay, oh, let's see. Oh, I just thank everyone who has shared this and given us a thumbs up. That just tells YouTube, hey, we enjoy these videos, so show them even more. Okay, now as you can see, there's not much of a border around here, right? Because we wanted to keep it really small, but still you can see it. Now, another tip that we didn't do is you could grab any punch that you have, say this one, and you could punch out the center before you put this mat down, right? And that will definitely save you some cardstock. So let's go ahead and get these laid down. Now, the big tip that we're going to do on this first card is I'm going to show you how to do a partial die cut, because we have something for the front of this card that we really like. And it works really well with one of our frames. So we're almost at that point where we're going to show you that great tip. But let's go ahead and lay this down. Now, you know, on Instagram, I joined this one Instagram account that just has what flowers? Sunflowers, that's right. And oh my goodness, the beautiful sunflowers that they have. Oh, wow. And I want to remind you, make sure you stop by our Instagram tomorrow, because we have a really cute card that you will want to see. And we haven't made it on YouTube, so the only place you're going to see it is on Instagram. We might put it as a short over on YouTube, but we haven't made it into a video. So make sure that you check that out tomorrow. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? So here we have the outside of our card. Isn't that pretty? Love it. So easy to create. Now we need to go in and create the inside mechanism. So let's get that done. You simply take a piece of cardstock, and this inside for the Z-fold is 10 by 2 3/4, and now we're going to add some score lines. So let's get these score lines, and the score lines are 4 3/4. Just get that. Make sure I don't accidentally cut it in half. Oh no, not that punch. Do you have that punch, Rita? And now we're going to score at 7.5. We love that punch. We love that. No one can get that. Oh no, Rita. Well, you know what's funny? I had one of our customers wanted to buy the shamrock set, and you can't get the shamrock. How sad is that? I did not know that this punch was out though. So what we need to do here is we're going to fold this up and we're going to fold this back just like this, because this part goes on the front of our card. Now let's go ahead and get this decorated. Now this is where I'm going to bring in, got to bring in our embossing machine, because now our technique that we're going to talk about today is just partially embossing, partially cutting into the card. So this piece of paper is going to be a mat on the front. And what is so great about this frame, have you seen this? Has little hearts on it. Love this. Love this. So what we're going to do is we are going to get this lined up exactly where we want it. And we need to kind of make sure it's straight. Now I'm going to bring in some repositional tape so that it doesn't move. Get it right where we want it. We're going to put it right there. Then we're going to bring in the boss, the big boss, and we are going to put our sandwich plates in such a way that it only cuts half of it, because we want this entire rectangle here. So what we're going to do is, let's get our sandwich going. Okay, and now I'm going to bring this down to the bottom. And I'm going to put this top plate just on half of it, just about wherever I want it. Now, when I get it down in the boss, I'll get it lined up perfectly. Let's see. So remember, you only put it on half of that die and get it lined up straight, because we don't want it going in crooked. Okay. Now we're going to send it through and hold our breath and cross our fingers and hope that it works. Okay, so now you see that? It only cut it half. So we're going to take that off. And what is so great about this is that we are going to put it on some red paper, so you're going to be able to see those hearts, and they are going to look so cool. So we'll just make sure, move this out of the way. Now the next tip we're going to do, we could actually go ahead and just stamp this, but because I want to make sure that it gets stamped really dark, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Stamparatus, get this lined up, and I'm going to make sure that falls right where I want it. It's not exactly. So let's just get that lined up right in the center. Okay, same distance. Pick that up. And the other tip is always try to remember to put some kind of stamp case here on the left-hand side. That way it doesn't fall, right? Okay, the clover looks like hearts. Hey, Marilyn, welcome. So happy you joined us. Now, we're going to go ahead and use several colors for today's first card. We're going to use our real red. We're going to use Granny Apple, Old Olive, and Flirty Flamingo. So let's bring in our real red, and we're going to ink this up. So let's get this inked up. Tap, tap, tap. And just add it. And we don't have to worry or not. Tap, tap, tap. If it's not real dark, right? Because we have it in the Stamparatus. Any stamping tool will work. I need a little bit right there. And there we have it. Perfect. Some say it's not a clover and not a shamrock. You can't win. Now, Rita, that is for sure. Somebody's always going to say something else, right? So now let's bring this in. And this is where it's going to go. Look at that. See those hearts? You can see them perfectly now. Look at that. So pretty. Now, we need to go ahead and have our little square right here. We need to get that right. There we go. And this one too. Because before I put this on, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my flowers. But let's get this laid down for our card. Now, on the next card, I have another technique to show you that you probably have used, but you forget to do it. And it really will help you position your flowers, your items, whatever it is. So let's just get that. Let's get this, move it over a little bit. Okay. This is going to be for your sentiment. But also, where's our card? Because this is a white card, you have plenty of room for your sentiment on the back. So let's go ahead and lay this down. Make sure. And once again, we have all these measurements for you over on our blog page. So you don't have to worry about writing them down. Okay, now because I'm going to be stamping off, I'm going to bring in just a little piece of paper and I'm going to bring in these adorable flowers. Now, I love this stamp set. Let me see, which one is it? Oh, it's this one. So much love. This two-step flower here, love it. Love it. Now we're going to use Flirty Flamingo and we're going to use Real Red. Now, we're going to use the light color on the background and we're going to use, for the definition, we're going to use Real Red. So let's go ahead and stamp our Flirty Flamingo. Whoops. And get that stamped. So how many of y'all were wishing that Punxsutawney would not see his shadow? How many of y'all are ready for spring already? Let me know. Or do we have some people who want some more snow? I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Okay. We're just going to add one over here. And I think because I'm going to add more leaves on this side, we're just going to add one. Now we're going to bring this one in and we're going to use the Real Red. Oh, I just love how this looks. Let's see, I ran out of space here. Now the important thing is you get it lined up right. Right? So you want to just find that flower right there. And push it. Oh, look at that. Pretty, pretty. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Let's just get that. Go. Oh, just really, really like this flower set. I really do. I'm going to get that right there. And now we're going to bring in our green to give it some more color. And you know, we love fun folds. We love fun folds. Now, this is a two-step process too, these leaves. So we're going to do Granny Apple on the background, and we're going to do the darker one, the Old Olive, just to give it a little bit of color. Now, I really like the way these leaves make everything pop. So we'll just go ahead and put that. Just kind of put this one here. Get it? And I don't know. I'm going to try one. It may not be dark enough, the Old Olive, but I think it will be. Let me just get a leaf right here. Okay. Now we're going to bring in the Old Olive, and let's see if it pops. Okay. I also, just to change the subject here for a minute, on Instagram, do y'all watch the reels on Instagram? They're so cute. There's some little kids doing funny things, but one of the things was this guy took his Dr. Pepper and he put two little creamers that you use for coffee, just regular creamers, put it in his Dr. Pepper, and he said it tastes like root beer float. So I tried that today. What do you think happened? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put the dimension in this leaf. Oh, yes, perfect. Oh, I love it, love it. Okay, get that going. Get this one. Oh, I love this, I love this. Now look at that. Look at that. Of course, we're going to have to add some rhinestones, right? Yes. And we have some rhinestones. I put them right here. I think we were going to use these, but I'm not sure, so I think I'm going to use these. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool. Here it is. I'm going to put two down here and maybe just one up there. So let's put some little ones. And when we look more closely at the card, we have a ribbon on that other card I showed you. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it had a little cute little ribbon. Well, that just got stuck to my finger. Let's just start that again. Oh, you know why? Because I'm out of ink. Rubber. There we go. I think I'll put it right there. And then we're just going to put like a bigger one here. I'll put a medium-sized one. Put it right there. Okay. Country Girls, Purple Heart. I love purple. Purple's my favorite color. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this to the front of our card. Look how pretty that's going to look. So pretty. Anyway, it actually did taste, the Dr. Pepper, I drink Diet Dr. Peppers, and I know they're not good for you, but I drink them. And I added my two creamers, and it was a very interesting taste. It turned the Dr. Pepper into a very soft, kind of made you think you had ice cream in there. I liked it. It's weird, Marilyn. I know it's strange, but now remember, it's just two little bitty creamers. Don't put a lot of creamer. And it tasted pretty darn good. Okay, now let me show you the tip for this one. Because you're probably wondering, well, how am I going to get that glued just perfectly? Well, the first thing you're going to do is flatten your card. You're going to get this lined up so that you have the same margin over here and over here, and get it centered right where you want it. So let's take this off. Let's line it up on our grid paper so it's straight. And then let's get this lined up. So here I have about the same border up top, and I'm going to bring in my glue. And I'm just going to put some glue right here under this area. Now, you can also start with this area. So let's start. This will make it even easier. Let's just get the glue right here. And then we're just going to push it down and hold it. Hold it so that glue would stick. Okay, there we have it. Now we're just going to grab this up. We're going to get a little bit of glue right here. You can also, if you want, you could turn it over and just put a little bit of glue right there. The whole thing is you don't want to go too much, right? Because you need your card to close like a double Z fun fold. So here we have it. And look at that. Stands up perfectly. Not only is it a beautiful card, but it's a keepsake. This is a keeper. Now just think about it. It folds up perfectly to go in the envelope. Probably is going to cost a little more to ship it, but not much. I know, Marilyn, give me the real thing. Me too. Okay. But look at that. And like I said, there's all kinds of Z folds out there, but I really like this one because I like that it's skinny and I like that it stands up, and you know somebody's going to put that on their desk when they get it. Yes, it is called a double Z fold because this is a Z fold, the mechanism, and the card is a Z fold. So we have two Z folds. Now, I am going to show you another one at the end just to show you that in case you have a stamp set that is much bigger and you wanted to expand this, you can expand it. It doesn't have to be this small. You can actually make it bigger. But let's move on to our second card. Now I need to put this over there so we don't lose it. Now the second one, we already have folded because, well, you saw me do it once and we know what quick learners y'all are. So here you go. And on this one, we went ahead and we used Poppy Parade and we used this cute pattern paper. This DSP is so cute, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and lay down our mats on our card. Now on this one, remember, I'm going to show you how to do something, a little technique that's kind of cool that we sometimes forget. And I know you're going to say, oh, I remember that. Yes, Let's get our glue laid down. Thank you so much for the hearts. Appreciate that. We just appreciate our crafting friends so much. Now, once again, we didn't make a very big border, but just enough to give it a hint of color. So let's go ahead and bring in these pieces so that we can lay them down. And let's see, let's get that. Now I need to look back and see if anybody wanted Punxsutawney not to see his shadow. Oh, Diet Coke, Pat. You and Maudie. She likes her Diet Cokes. Oh, I didn't see if anybody wanted some more winter. I think we're all kind of ready for spring flowers, right? And now we're going to, now make sure that, and you know this, but when you have directional paper, make sure when you glue it down, sometimes I know I get real busy and then I glue down and it's upside down. So anyway, just be very careful if you have directional paper like this. We have these, we have these bicycles. We want to make sure they're going the right way. So pretty. And, oops. Let's see. Now, our next live is supposed to be the third Thursday, but we're not going to be available on that day, so it will be the next one. So, I don't know, maybe you can look at your calendar real quick and just tell me it's the 20-something. I'm not sure. Monty can put it in there when our next one's going to be. It's going to not be the third one. It'll be the very next one. So we hope that you can join us and plan to join us on that day. But like I always tell you, we post our videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and we've been posting shorts every day. Bought flowers today. Rita, what flowers did you buy? Tell us. Was it flowers to give someone or was it a flower stamp set? Okay, so the next thing we have is our inside mechanism, right? And we know that our long piece, this piece right here, goes over to the left, right? because this is how it's folded. It's folded just like this. So we need to go ahead and we are going to, I believe, pick the back side of this. Now see, here are the bicycles. Yes, it will be on the 23rd. And this one, we're gonna go ahead and pick the blue. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna move that. Let's lay this down. And then I'm gonna bring in, let's see if you can guess. I'm gonna bring in a household item that you have in the kitchen that you can use to make sure you hold all your images in place. What do you think that might be? Think about it for a second and write it. Perennials. Oh, you bought them for your yard. Oh, I bet that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I have a rock garden. I don't have any grass. It's just landscaped desert. It's a rock. There are no plants in it. That way I don't have to take care of it. That's sad. I bet yours is beautiful. So we're going to lay down this piece of paper. Now, what do you think that item is? You have it in your kitchen and you use it. Well, I'm going to use it in the craft room for our next activity. Okay, our next activity is this. First, I'm going to stamp this. So I'm going to bring this back in, and I am using this beautiful stamp here. Thank you with all my heart. And I'm going to stamp it in Night of Navy. Oh, ooh, QVC. Wow, I have seen their flowers. They have beautiful flowers. Now, I'm going to stay on the left-hand side when I stamp because I'm going to add some hearts over here. So let's go ahead and make this tap, tap, tap. Get this lined up. I'm also going to be doing some shading. So let's get that. Hold it for a second, and there we have it. Now, I'm going to bring in some balmy blue, and I'm going to do a little bit of shading here. Okay, I have my wonderful little brush. Now, I've told you this tip before, but the more pressure you put on here, of course, the darker it's going to be. Okay, so we're just going to tap, tap, tap. And I want it very light, so I'm going to tap off. I don't know if I need to, but I'm just going to go around the edges. And I can see that I don't need to tap it off because balmy blue is very light, right? So let's just get us some color going on this oval. And I always start off the oval or off the card so that, you know, you don't get this big blob of color. Oh, who guessed it? Teresa, you guessed it. You got it. Press and seal. Great, great household item that we as crafters love, right? So let's just get us a little bit more right there. Okay. And you know what? It's not much shading, but it's just enough, right? So let's bring in our punched hearts. Let's get that off. That we went ahead and punched with the punch that no one can get. Oh, that's too funny. It's not my fault. We wanted to do this card, so it's not my fault. Okay. So let's just get this lined up. And you know, the reason that you use press and seal is so that once you get it exactly the way you want it, you don't want to then have to pick it up and try to remember, right? So let's just get this lined up. Oh, I think I'll put him over there so we don't have to worry about him. Let's just see how we're going to do this. And I think I want to I'm going to bring him in like about right there. And then I'm going to get this leaf and I'm going to stick him under just like that. There we have it. Now, normally you would have to take it off, put the glue on, but not if you grab you just a little piece of press and seal. And you know, we forget to use this all the time. You don't need much. So we're just going to take this and lightly press it right over. And look at that. Now we have it. We can flip it over. I'm going to bring in a dimensional for the back of our blue one. And then we will use glue for our other one. Okay, so let's just put a little bit of, you know what? I think we're going to have to use dimensionals on those too because it's going to set it up. Let's put it over that, and then I'm going to just sneak a little bit of glue on that heart right there. We're going to hold that for just a second. And then I'm going to take the backing off. Okay. Now, of course, you can do this on a much larger scale. I mean, it works so great. I love it. And now you just get it right where you want it, back where it was. And we're going to put it right there. We're going to press it, and now you just peel it off. That is so easy compared to, and you can throw it away or you can reuse it, you know, taking it off, trying to glue it, and you keep it in your craft room. Yes, I know, we forget to use it all the time. Hey, Pat, you're going to love the press and seal, especially when you have larger flowers that you're trying to place, and then you place them and it is absolutely perfect, and you're like, oh, darn it. Now I'm going to have to take it all apart and glue them. And you'll forget, right? At least I forget. So let's put this little guy, let's put him up here. Okay, look at that. Now we're going to put this right on the front. Love it. Now you can put it up on dimensionals, or you can put it just on, I'm just going to use glue. Just get a little bit of glue going on. Don't have to use much. Less is best when you're using glue, so it doesn't make a mess. Just going to press it down. Okay. And now we're going to do our trick again for this double Z so that you don't have to worry, oh, how am I going to get it just right? Lay everything flat. Get it lined up. Make sure that you have the border at the top, the border at the side. Everything is pretty even. Let's fold this over, and let's do this one first. Just get a little bit of glue and hold it down. Okay. Oh, I keep it in my craft room. Yeah. Okay, so there we have that. And now on this one, we know that we need it about right there, right where that little heart is. So I'm just going to fold it over, and I'm going to put it right there. There we have it. And we just press it down and hold it so that it sticks really well. And we might want some of these too, maybe. I think we do. Now we do have those two other cards I want to show you. Okay, now here we go, double Z, because this is a Z and this middle one's a Z. Double Z card, folds over so nicely, and we like it because you can decorate this whole area right there. And it's also a great way to use or get rid of some of your DSP or patterned paper, right? And Pat, I know you'll try it. And, you know, anyone else that try it, please remember, post it on our Facebook page right under our video. We love seeing everyone's cards, and we are inspired by what you do. So let's go ahead and see where we might want to put some of these beautiful iridescent rhinestones. I think we'll put two there. Okay, get one there. One there. And then a bigger one right there, but not too big. Just use the medium one. Ah, perfect. What do you think about this card? Okay, what I want you to do now is take a moment and let me know, of the two cards we made today, which is your favorite? It's going to be hard, I know, but let me know which is your favorite. Is it this blue one or this one with the technique that we used of partial cutting? That's right, Rita, press and seal is pricey, but you just need a little tiny piece of it, so that's why we like it. Let us know which is your favorite. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move those to the top. Let's see if I can put them right there. Okay, now the next one I want to bring back in. I'm going to go out just a little bit. This one that we created. Now look on this one. We actually put a little ribbon on this one. We put some rhinestones, put a heart here, and you have all this area to write on the back. So you don't have to worry about not having enough area. Now remember I said I was going to show you another one that actually is even bigger. This is a double Z. But look how big I made it. I made it this big because I wanted to use the entire frame, and I had this really large sentiment. So you are not limited to a small double Z on the inside, to this small one. You're not limited to that. You can actually just increase the width. You don't increase the length, but just increase the width to whatever you need to incorporate your sentiment. Oh, the thank you. You like the thank you the best? Okay, it's hard to choose. I know. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Now I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, and we're going to come back. So, what do you think about these cards? We love the double Z fold card, this fun fold, and it's so easy to make. Remember, after this at 8 o'clock, you can go over to our blog and you can grab all the measurements that you need, and it also has a supply list there, so if you need that, you can do that. We certainly appreciate you spending your time with us, and if you would share it with your friends, that would be fantastic. If you enjoyed it and you haven't given us a thumbs up, we'd love a thumbs up, ladies. We want you to go out and have a fantastic weekend. Make tomorrow fantastic. And don't forget, check out that Instagram card. We think you're going to like it. It's a real easy one. Go out, make it a great day, ladies. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.